Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. Firstly, James of Funk, and welcome to the My Hero 307 chapter review titled "Been a While." Now, in this chapter, it opens up to a destroyed city, or at least a city that's been under attack by a villain. We don't see who at the moment, but we do hear some information on the comms saying that a Jailbreaker has shown up on the scene. Now, Jailbreaker is the name of the other names of the villains who have broken out of Tartarus and the other prisons in the previous chapters. Now, we don't find out who this villain is straight away, but we do get to see Shindo and Tatamai Nakagame. And if you remember, they are third year heroes who are third year students who were first seen in the Hero Provisional License Exam arc. That was episode 53 and chapter 103 in the manga, I believe. But anyway, we see them, and they're the ones who are reporting on the message saying that they've received it and they're going to help evacuate the civilians in the local area, because there are still people in the area who haven't evacuated and they're held up in the Taguchi. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing this. Japanese isn't my first language, so bear with me. But anyway, once they get to the Taguchi building, they don't get a frost. They receive a unwelcome reception, let's just say that, because the people there are not happy to see them, even though that they are heroes or heroes in training. But they're more upset at the fact that they sent kids there, and it just more goes to show how much their opinions of heroes have dropped since the war and Endeavor's press conference with Best Jeanist and Hawks. But Shindo does try his best to try to win them back. You know, he is a quite charismatic character, and I guess he inherits that from his sensei, Miss Joke, who, funny enough, is friends with Aizawa, who is the complete opposite to her, who's like the least charismatic person, I would say. But Shindo does mention that these villains who are on their way, they're not normal villains, because the people who are held, the civilians who are held up, they've said, well, we've fought against villains and defended our town, we'll do it again. And Shindo does try to tell them these aren't like your everyday bank thieves who have quirks and who are just trying to steal your possessions. These are bloodthirsty maniacs who just crave and want destruction. But nonetheless, it falls on deaf ears, and Shindo and Nagami, they leave on their way back. They're dejected, and I can't blame them, because they are only 17, so they're basically like an apprentice. They're basically on apprenticeship, and they're just being told to sling the hook a nice way, basically. I mean, it's not like the people get angry or violent towards them, but they just tell them they're not wanted, essentially. But on their way back, I do like Shindo and how he reacts to it, because we do see a bit of how he was in the Hero Provisional arc, and that like sadistic side comes out of him. We see that sadistic side, and I do like that, because I do like Shindo. I do like his character, his design, and his quirk, because he does have a pretty powerful quirk, and we get to see this in display in a bit. We get to see it. But on their way back, they get a message from one of their classmates, Shikkui Makabe, and I believe he was the turtle. He was the guy who reminded me. He looked like a turtle, the turtle-looking guy who had like a blue exoskeleton type deal, and he says that the villain's on it. The Jailbreaker is on his way to them. They need to evacuate. They need to get out the area, because the Jailbreaker's on his way. And they say that their other classmate, Hitijiro, who we also seen the provisional license exam, I believe he had the quirk where he could throw things with pinpoint accuracy. And Shikigui, he could stiffen, he could harden things. He could harden things, but only inanimate objects. He couldn't work on living things, if I remember correctly. But yeah, anyway, Shindo and Nakagame hear this, and they try to book it, but it's already too late. He's already there. He's coming. They've spotted him, and he's jumping from building to building. And all we hear Shindo say, "Jailbreaker." We don't know who this is until we see who else but Muscular burst through the building. Muscular's back, but we already knew he escaped, but this is the first time we've seen him again since the jailbreak, and he's on a rampage, and he's coming straight at them. He's coming at Shindo and Nakagame, and we'll see. Good luck to them. Good luck to them. I mean, they are third years after all, so they have a lot more experience. They have more experience under their belt than the first years would do, but they haven't fought. I don't believe they've fought someone on Muscular's level yet. So, but anyway, so I got so excited just because Muscular is, in my opinion, one of the top 5 strongest villains in My Hero in the manga, and that's me excluding the movie villains, because I still consider them canon, but then if you consider them canon, there's certain aspects of the movies then I believe you have to take as canon as well, like Bakugo having one for all and whatnot. So it's one of them, take it or leave it. But Muscular is back and he's ready to play. But Shindo's not scared. He says, "I'll demolish him." So he gets into it. He tells Nakagame to evacuate and to get the civilians out of there. The civilians still in the building can see this, looking down in the streets, seeing the villain attack, and they're getting ready. They're getting hyped to go and help, to go and defend their hometown. And I like this because I really do hope we see more people taking up arms and actually being able to hold their own. I doubt we'll see any of them be able to hold up against Muscular, because we don't see in this chapter if any do. Yeah. But Nakagame does try to stop them, but they just kind of push her to the side and run out. And it looks like Muscular throws something like a chunk of the building, or a chunk of the building lands by them, and Yo is in trouble. Shindo is in trouble, and because Muscular just has him pinned, and Shindo's giving it all his all, but it's not enough against Muscular, and the other civilians have run out to try give aid. And Muscular even says it's no use. I have 12,000 layers of muscle as armor, so it's tough, but we'll see. But Shindo is not giving up. He's still trying to. He's going to give it his all. He's using his max power. He's using a tremor in earth, which is his special ability, which he uses his max force, his max vibration. So he's doing this to try and take out Muscular. He's giving it his all, but it's not enough. It wasn't enough to take down Muscular, and I didn't see him being able to take him out, in all honesty, especially in us seeing Deku in the last chapter and knowing the villain attack is taking place. But as well, the civilians see Shindo getting the snot kicked out of him, and they try to help save him. But with Muscular there, he's saying it's time for a frenzy. It's time for a blood frenzy. So he's looking to rip some heads. But what do we see? Smash! That's all we see. And it's because it's the paddle that we see, and we see Muscular and on top of a rooftop. No wonder my gift from the 4th wouldn't shut up. And it's Deku. Deku's rushed in. Deku has appeared on the scene, and he rescued Shindo at the last second, and with a smash. We don't know what type of attack it is. All we see is smash, and yeah. So Deku's on the scene, rescued Shindo, and Muscular's there, and Muscular's looking to fight. So we're gonna see what Deku's got in store next chapter 308. But I do love Deku's design, his look, because he has this like tattered, like lone wanderer type get up on. Not even get up. It's just his original outfit, his original costume, but it's a lot more tattered because it's the same one he wore in the war arc, and he's still wearing it. He hasn't got it fixed. He hasn't got it updated or anything. It's the same costume. Maybe he's upgraded his gauntlets, because we can't. I mean, the gauntlets, from the look of it, they don't look new, but potentially he may have at least got his soles and his gloves upgrade at least fixed, because I don't see any point in him wearing busted gear that's only gonna damage him more. You know, doesn't make sense. But Nagame's still in the game because she hasn't actually stepped in yet, and I wonder how her quirk is gonna fare up against Muscular in the next chapter, because her quirk, she can her neck, she can shoot it into her body like a telescope. So I don't know how that's gonna help against Muscular, but we'll see next chapter. But the point is, Deku's on the scene, so I don't know. So I honestly just can't wait to see what Deku's learned in the past few months, and just what he's going to show. Like, I want to see some crazy black whip combination where he's grappling onto Muscular, flinging himself forward, using float as well, whilst using the danger sense at the last second to dodge. And I'm expecting some hype stuff in the next chapter for Deku, and I can't wait to see it. But you guys tell me below what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, guys. This is me, the first 6 James of Funk. This is my manga review. Keep it fresh and keep it funky. Stay tuned.